Jose Colina fled Venezuela 23 years ago due to political persecution.
Can I have a coffee, please? Just a black coffee.
He initially received protection under the UN Convention Against Torture. Then in 2021, under Joe Biden, he benefited from TPS, a temporary protected status since suspended by the Trump administration.
Now that
TPS is gone, I find myself in a true migratory void. I could be sent to a country that the United States considers safe, but which for me is not safe at all. I have spent more time here than in my own country. In Spanish, we call it arraigo, deep-rootedness. I have roots, a history, and a life here. And today, all of that is faltering because my protection is being called into question.
Jose runs a meal delivery business and leads an association which aims to protect Venezuelan political exiles. Whilst he welcomes the recent ousting of Nicolas Maduro, he considers the US government's actions hypocritical.
There is a massive contradiction in all of this. They tell us that Venezuela is now safe enough to remove TPS, but at the same time, they advise American citizens against traveling there. They say the situation has improved, but they had to intervene against Nicolas Maduro. There is a total disconnect between the official discourse and reality. And in the middle of this contradiction, it's the citizens who pay the price.
Doral, west of Miami, is home to the US's largest diaspora of Venezuelans. Once full of life, the city is now a shell of its former self, since every trip outside is a risk, with local authorities working with immigration and customs enforcement.
Many Venezuelans in immigration proceedings have temporary driver's licenses. At the slightest police check or minor infraction, if the officer sees it's a temporary license, they can call immigration services to check if that person is at regular status in the US. Look around us. Before, at this hour, there were traffic jams. It's deserted now.
Like Jose, approximately 600,000 Venezuelans saw their immigration status change overnight. President Trump suspended TPS in February 2025 immediately upon taking office, a decision that the TPS alliance is challenging in court. We met their representatives in Miami in a discreet location. Their faces hidden because they too lack valid immigration status.
It is very important to provide a broad, beautiful vision of who we are as people, who we are as professionals, and not to stigmatize us, as they have done by criminalizing every Venezuelan.
Before coming to the US legally, these volunteers were lawyers and professors in Venezuela. During our meeting, they went over the figures to highlight their advocacy work with elected officials.
As the Alliance pointed out in this lawsuit, more than 48% of Venezuelans have a bachelor's degree. That is to say, we are professionals and we can make great contributions to this country. We come to contribute to American society in a positive way. Our children, the children of Venezuelans, are more than 90% integrated into the academic field.
It is very important to emphasize on an economic level how much the Venezuelan community contributes to the United States of America. We're talking about critical sectors that are rapidly losing employees because the United States simply cannot replace them, with neither qualified permanent residents nor even qualified American citizens for these jobs.
According to a recent poll, 75% of Venezuelans disapprove of the end of TPS. But in 2024, Donald Trump won 2/3 of the vote in Doral.
I understand the anxiety this can generate in our community. But our community must also understand that during the Biden government, the situation was disastrous. We don't know how many terrorists or people with diseases entered this country, nor do we know their education levels, because of a minority, a majority is affected.
He isn't the only one with this viewpoint. A portion of exiled Venezuelans supports the Trump administration's policies, particularly the removal of Nicolas Maduro.
I am very happy with what happened. No other administration nor any other president in the world dared to intervene in Venezuela the way President Donald Trump did. The support for President Trump has been immense.
In a state where nearly 1 in 3 workers is an immigrant, abolishing TPS is a risky political gamble. While Donald Trump managed to flip Miami, historically a Democratic city, his immigration policy could cost Republicans in November's midterm elections.